Hey guys, this is Dinah and this here, Sages of Fae. The second video is about errors. They are the errant's best teacher, by far. They will teach you how to straighten your rod. And this is imperative because what had been done was I placed the blade. The spade is a blade. The card that is being represented in the change. Here is the king of diamonds. And this is your pentacle. This is the end from a zero to a hero. So the importance of the mistake creates a new point of entry. So when you reflect back on that, it's now in order. So it's imperative that you make these mistakes. It is not failure. It's taking you to where you re-register. So now I'm going to put the cards down accordingly for my day. So keep watching, guys. So it is the 9th of April, 2025. With the velocity of information. Now look here, look. You see this here straight away. The two nines. They're pushing together. Now you're going to go 45, 49. 59. No, 58. What are you talking about? Silly. This is the puppet master. Where's my little rubber? Now, this is what I mean. I'm here to show you that it doesn't mean that you're not capable. Look. 5, the manifestor, the right-hand brain. There's the 8. There's the strength card. 58. So now your emotions are dealing with the puppet master. This is your reflection of how you see this reality. This is where something now is forming. It's taking full understanding with this king. So we're going to go here, 36, the last day, the last melon. So now your nature has taken the max of what it can withstand. And it's now sitting with the Queen of Diamonds. So I'll just write this down. The Queen of Diamonds. And then we're going to go for the currency of this chart. This is the luminaries here that by their behavior of their sacred geometry and through their number are very powerful. The last number is 324. That is the essence of the luminaries. So I'll put that down. Make sure that's correct. 36, yes. Measure twice and cut once. So now we're coming over here. I'm going to go 58. Now the number that's going to go with this, because we're talking 314, is your 22. Here is the Fool card, the 0 per 0. Here is the Evening of the Waters on the left and right. This conduit is going to give you 4. There is the Emperor fully clothed, or is he? Because this is through the understanding of this. 8 and 5, 13. Now, you take this up to a 4. There it is. And there's the 8. Straight away. So now we've written down the dates here for this. And I do want to break the narrative around this. Because I've never used these tarot lala. And I don't suggest that they are. Because there's more to this when you understand number. Number makes this look good. Okay? So we're now going to find my magnets. Oh, here they are. All in a clump. So, the King of Pentacles, which is what we was talking about here when I made the error, has now become the Queen. 77. 77 is to give you your 5th. You're working on a 5th here. Because the 14 over 5, the 360 circle. Up there. And this is the fullest expression of 36. You can't go no more. So therefore it has to observe and digest the Queen. It digests the information. And you can see here the nurturing, the 9, the practical providing financially of the working parental here. In whatever it is you're working with. This is Sagittarius and Capricorn. Well, this is a payload straight away. Because you can have what you want if you know the payload. This is where I come back to the law of conservation. And then the consequences that comes with the word. It's a payload. This is the way it works here. Create, preserve, destroy. So here is the Queen of Pentacles at 77, showing you the 14 over 5. Here is 22. Let's go get this full. Where is he gone? Has he done a runner? Does he not want to play? Here we go. And see, there is your 14 over 5 there. You see this? This is why I suggest that you would use these cards, because they are easily to digest, very easy to digest. And this is the balancing of the poles, you see. And she's coming here on the end day here. The Queen. Very strong card. So now this is the understanding of Jupiter in Sag and your Capricorn. This is turning your lead into gold. And you're moving this energy through the total understanding of the Charioteer, 7 and 7. It's the Charioteer. This is your spirit, the driving force on the left and right brain. You even the waters with your free fall. And there is the Emperor, garbed in the lighter weight of the soul. The 58 is now digested up. The 13, the transformation. You know, we can go Ophi harder, but we're not going to do it. We don't need to, because 1 and the Trinity is going to give you the 314. Here you see the 314. Why is there only 4 months with 3 palindromics in each month? From January to April. Why then, therefore, do we have May as the 4 palindromics, the only ones you have in the whole year? Pray tell me. Because I know. And this is what one needs to work out here. Because this is a living thing. I started with 1 number. So, let's go and find this full. Let's speed it up, excuse me a minute. Just look at the board and contemplate the navel just for a second. Here we go. Oh. Here we go. I'll take both of them actually there. Put them down. Here is the full. The 0 per 0. This is the free fall. So now, the new beginning. The possibilities here. Because you're unlimited with possibilities here. But you have to have the 4 faces. You need to know the characters. And this is just the explanation of the seasons. The 4 faces of God, the 4 chambers of the heart. This is a continuum. Uranus, communication. How are you going to move spontaneously and trust in life with this blind faith? To be able to see the opportunities here. For this Emperor to stand fully garbed. Well, here is the puppet master. And we're going to look for it now. Here it is. This is how you see your reality. This is what has held you down and bound and chained. But you are not chained. This is the negative thoughts that are self-imposed, the restrictions, the imprisonment, the victims. Most of my errands that I've studied have all gone to jail. Because they're against the the narrative. I want to say maverick. Yeah. So this is the imprisonment and the victim mentality of entrapment. And this is what this card is telling you here. So you've gone from the deceiver. Is it you or is it outside of you? Either way, it's a reflection. And you're creating this every day, all day. Look at this. Look, seriously. So now we've got the full. Let's put him up. And though I did this earlier on, I wanted you to see how hard Andrew has worked to get to this pitch. And you can see here, if you look at these numbers, you can find yesterday's date. So whatever it is you're bringing forward every day, because it's an increment of adding 1, add 1, add 1, plus 1, plus 1, because there can only be 1. This is the way there is momentum here. I can go from this way. 1 is there with a Trinity. This is the divine feminine using the masculine. You can see the 1 and 4. You can see the 5th in the 1405. But we are talking here about the 314. And this is the residual energy of the architect. Whatever you have chosen to do with that architect, the 1, 2, 3, 4, you are now moving through pi. And this means that you are bound to free fall. This therefore means we're going to get the Emperor. Here he is. He's forged. Now this is an understanding of leadership. This is how do you have the respect required to be able to move your rules and your powers and your structures and have this fatherly figure here. Like I said, we can go through this reset, but we've all got to realise we're going to have some plasters on our boo-boos, on our wee nip-nips, because the Emperor is asking you to forge your temple. This is no different to Edgar Cayce. This is the form. This is you understand the body, mind, soul and spirit. This is the conduct here. So the 4 is there. He's empered her up. You know, the divine feminine will say, oh, come here, darling. You know, you got a boo-boo. The Emperor, no. Walk up, walk on. I learnt that in New Zealand very quickly. And this is the narrative here. These opportunities here can be reliable if you can work hard through the understanding of how you keep your original in that form. Because this is Aries, the god of war. This is where you're here to make this make sense. So now that's moving up. The 4 then goes over there. The reflection of that is 8 because you're looking through a lens, through your eyes. So yes, let's use the lens correctly. So there you have the strength card. So now that 8 ball, everything underneath it hands it over to the 9, the adept nature. And the 9 gives the nature because this is what 9 does when you look at it. On the poles, they can go this way, they can go that way. And if you look on the tree of life through the Kabbalah, you're going to see these things. And in time, we can discuss this. But you don't make any of it personal. It is not there to be a trigger. And if it is, there is something that you're needing to learn that's in your reflection. And rather than have a go at everybody, you sit back and become the observer. You don't make it personal. And this is going to allow you to have more time. This is the power in the pause. So the 8 ball then, I won't put that in. I could, but I'm looking for what else I've got here. Here is the 13. There's your Ophi baby right there. There is the transformation coming in. Right there. And this is you finding these endings now are making the change so you can transform the 4 before. And this is a vortex, by the way. And this then means that the 8 ball, the hourglass, can sit within the 314 accordingly. And this means your foundation, the 1, 3, 4. You can't make mistakes. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this was inevitable eventually that I was going to bite the bullet. So now the 9 is the Hermit. I have so much that I want to see. I can't find anything when I go and look for it. So there is the 9. I did show you the King of Wands. And I'm not going to apologise for giving you the wrong card. Because it was the best thing I could have done. Because it's made me come back here and explain how beautiful the errors are for errands. Because they're going to hold you in a re-edit. And you can re-go back. And this is what you do when you move out of your mind. When you're holding yourself collectively with the understanding of the all, you must ground yourself. So, here we have the Queen of Swords there. We're going to put her down, but I want to know why I'm saying her in here. Okay, because we're going into the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, sorry, and then the Jack of Pentacles. So I just get so excited when the Kings and Queens are playing. Because they're shapeshifters. And I know how exciting it can be when we get in the 314. And this is when I start looking for people's opposing numbers. Like mine is the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Spades. And I know how they make themselves up in code. And when they knock on my door, I know who they are. So, anyway. So here we have now the understanding of this, I can bring that puppet master over, which is to manifest your strength, to calm your storm and soften your gaze, which is what this was all about on the last day. This will drive through this observation, feed this up, direct the poles, come over the rainbow bridge. This is the relationship change in the hemispheres. And this is how you rise your consciousness. This is a constant, fluent energy that is going up and down like this all the time. And when it gets to this kind of pitch, the clocks go forward or back, whatever they did, I don't know. Whatever they did it. And there we was with this expression flicking over at the same time. I discovered this because number showed me. It's that simple. But it took me a lot to get there. And I would expect you guys to be able to see this to a fashion. And in time, to the niche in which you want to expand, you will take it on accordingly. So now the 949, here we go. Adapt, outcome, beginning. Omega, omega, as above, so below, the Annus Mundi. You're talking Pantorea. This is all flowing like a clockwork orange. All these cogs, and they're all moving. And all of a sudden there'll be a jerk. The Queen will come in. She'll play for 4 days. She adjusts everything. It's like, why? And I forgot. I needed to remember and deviate the septum here. I don't play chess. And when I understood chess, I understood this. Because this is the game of life, eh? When Logan said 64 squares on a checkerboard, he wasn't messing. Any of the things that these giants said was on point. So now we're going to see a lot of movement as we make these errors, but they're paramount that we do, because it will put you back on a re-edit. Now look, the Trinity here, the Empress, the High Priestess, the Emperor, right? Now these become movable and mutatable across the illusions of the sacred geometry. And when they jump into their alignments and they're opposing one another, this is incredible energy. And I would like to share all of these wonderful things with you. I've got so many different charts. Wait till I get to the shards of the uneven and the even. And I show you how they all work and they all play in this game. So it's incredibly powerful, because I even showed you, look here, 7, 7 is 14 over 5. Here is your 365th. And here we are now. The Phoenix is 36. The King of Wands is 36. And I can go on and on and on. So you have to get to a point where you absorb so much information and you're letting go of your human behavior for this. And I've